Hey everybody, it's your boy Anthony Rouse, and this is another episode of Advocacy, Unscripted. And today I just thought we'd get down to something that's just been on my heart for a while. It's something that's been concerning me since my whole life, and it's dealing with single parents in the household. For those of you that may have known, I have grown up without a dad in my life, so just feeling that's like father figure in your life just kind of hurts. So if there are any of you that feel the same way, look no further, because I'm not alone and you're not alone as well, because I have a few guests that are going to be sharing some of their stories of how they felt when just going through the whole situation. And if you want some helpful advice, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and I will see you when we get back. Hey guys, so like I said, we are going to be doing interviews with some people who you can actually see right now. To my right is Miss Kadisha, Rachel, and Jason Seamus. Some of them have been on the show before, except for Rachel, so this is her first time. So we're just gonna try and get her experience in all of this. So how are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Okay then. So like I said in the following intro, I'm just gonna be asking a few questions of just single parents in the household, how it made you feel, and why you think that happens, all that stuff. So Kadisha, my first question for you is, what was your first thoughts when your mom or dad was not present in your life? Like, what was your first thought when your mom or dad was not in your life?
That I was gonna grow up without a father.
Okay then. Rachel, if you have any more things to add, Kadisha?
Oh, that I was gonna grow up without a father.
Like same thing like Keisha did. I have no father. Yep.
Mine is a different situation. At first, my parents couldn't take care of me, so I was adopted into a single parent household. And that mom ended up, her husband passed away before I showed up, so she took care of me and my 4 older brothers and my 3 younger. It's crazy.
Okay then. Did you guys feel like you were robbed of a happy childhood?
No, actually I didn't. I had a wonderful childhood. My mom made it happen. She did.
Okay.
The same thing like everybody else.
Okay. Yes.
No, actually, I've benefited a lot from the experience that's been going on. I've actually been able to do more than I would have done with my parents.
Okay, then that's good. This next question, I'm gonna have you guys explain a little bit. Why do you think having only one parent is such a big issue, like nowadays?
Because half of the time you're that, like, say if you were raised by your mother and you're a boy, like she doesn't know what to do. Or if you were a girl and you're raised by your dad, your girly thing come around, what are they gonna do? What am I supposed to do is what the first thing they should say, because they don't know, they don't have what girls have.
Yeah, I kind of feel, I would understand the same way. Like, it'd be kind of
I'll feel weird if I was raised by my dad though.
So you agree that only having one parent in the household is like a big issue?
It is.
Like, it's something that a lot of people, or most say parents, need to look at. It's like their actions not only have a significant impact on themselves, but on the children as well.
Yeah.
Okay then.
I forgot what to say.
You want to read the question again?
Yeah.
Why is having only one parent such a big issue?
Raising a lot of issues. because everybody else, like, my mom's always be with, like, my mom and my dad, very much, and everybody else. My dad my mom left me, my dad left me on 5, very much. My mom and my dad, very much.
I think it would be, it's stressful. Sometimes, and I've seen this quite a bit, some single parents, my mom included, would sometimes have to push herself away from the rest of us just so that she can have a moment to think or to act, because everything she has to deal with, there's only one of her and there's all of us. And sometimes that can be really stressful. I don't know how many times I've actually ended up making my mom cry, not on purpose, but making my mom cry because of the situations. For instance, the whole brother arguing. But, she comes back around strong. She's dedicated, even though we tick her off sometimes. But, it's worth it,
Okay, then, so you agree that it is a big issue, but again, like, there's like a plus side to all this, because whoever it is that's taking care of you, they're trying their absolute best. Like, but at the end of the day, it still hurts at the same time, because you're wishing that both your parents would be helping you or taking care of you at the same time. And it's just this one parent that's like taking time out of her schedule, or just sacrificing some things in her life to help you or your brothers, if you grew up with brothers or not, sisters or not. So yeah, I would agree. I know with me and my mom, it was stressful a lot for her because she had to take care of me on her own. There's the whole issue with child support and him not paying for it, but that's a story for another time. So my last question is for you is, how will you use this setback to motivate you?
I look up to my mom as my role model. I mean, that's all she does is work and try to like make sure I have a roof over my head. So I look up to my mom.
Okay then.
Up like same thing like Keisha. Have roof on my head, have clothes, and food.
I actually enjoyed this kind of thing because now it's a stronger connection with the parent. But even though I don't live with her anymore, I can still call her up and tell her my problems, and she helps me through them. Not a lot of parents could actually do that. Yes, ones that you live with could, but the ones that you knew since ever, they're the only ones that really get you, and you feel comfortable. That's what I have on the subject.
Okay then. Well, is there anything else you guys would like to say to our subscribers who are struggling or have been in the same shoes as us, or if they have no idea what to do?
Treat the person that you have with kindness.
Yeah.
Because
Always have respect.
Back to your parents.
what you give now, they can help you later down the road when you need it. You show them what they want, that they need, they'll help you if you need it.
Yeah.
And remember that one parent don't know what they're missing out on.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here, subscribers. That has been expert advice from three local YouTubers who have gone through the same thing as we all. Like we always say, we think that we're alone in all this, or there's no one out there that thinks that this is a big deal. This actually is a really big deal. It's something that needs to be looked at thoroughly, just to make sure that this doesn't become like a serious epidemic, because I've actually looked at the percentage rate for single parents, and it's astonishingly high, because it is, I believe it was somewhere in the 90% where where you actually have people who've grown up with only one parent, mom or dad, all that stuff. So just seeing that, it's just like an eye-opener for everyone to kind of see it as a way of just changing yourself, but also like seeing yourself as how you take it as a person, because people could take it as a setback to like, oh, it's the end of the world, my parents split, I only have one parent, guess I'm just gonna be like that. While others can see it as motivation, like Kadesha, Rachel, and Jason, and myself, we could see it as motivation, like, okay, then we're not gonna make the same mistakes our parents made, we're actually gonna push ourselves and make ourselves different from what our parents did. So anyways, thank you guys for enjoying, and I will be doing my 1v1 interview with Carl after this. You can check that out. But as always, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And as always in my videos, always remember to
So welcome to Advocacy Unscripted. Anthony has asked me to interview him related to some questions for our topic, which is single parent households. So I'm going to ask Anthony some questions, and we'll go from there. So thank you for joining us. All right, Anthony, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the questions here. And the first question is, do you feel like your life was different than the other kids growing up?
You know, there was a point where I felt like I was different than most of the kids, because you know, you see like these kids, they're playing outside, they're playing with their parents, all that stuff. Then you see me, it's just, where's his parents? Where's his dad? Shouldn't he be playing catch with his dad? Whoops, he's not here in his life. So, yeah, I think there was a point where I felt like my life was kind of different than all the other kids because of the fact that he wasn't there.
Is there any specific times that really bothered you that stand out?
It was one time in elementary school, at Seifert Elementary School. They were doing a show and tell presentation with your parents, just to see what your parents would do. And then when it kind of got to me, it was kind of like that awkward moment. It's like, hey Anthony, did you bring your show and tell present? Did you bring your parents? It kind of got to where it was like that awkward moment. It's like, no. I pretty much kind of lied to the teacher, like say, my dad's kind of too busy at work to take time off when really he wasn't there in my life. So, yeah, at the time I think it was really hard to just, you know, be a normal kid or fit in with all the other kids because of that situation.
Got it. Well, that had to be really difficult. The next question here is, were you angry when your dad wasn't there, and did you feel like your dad's actions hurt you as a man?
Yes, I did have a lot of anger and resentment towards my dad because he pretty much just left without even explaining to me even why he did what he did. And because of that, I felt like I was kind of robbed of, you know, being like a happy child growing up with his parents and stuff. I felt like he kind of took away my happiness and my joy because I kind of couldn't be happy for myself because I was just growing up with my mom. Then I have my grandmother because my mom passed away. But it hurt me as a man because it's really hard to go up to your mom and ask her questions that your dad or a guy specifically can answer. It's like when you're trying to ask how you're supposed to ask out women or ask them out on a date and stuff, you go to your dad and ask him questions like they'll show you how it's done, or hey, how do I go about being a proper man and stuff. And my mom, she was doing her absolute best, and I thank her for that. But at the end of the day, there's only so much that she can do, and it was really hard because I had to like seek approval from almost every guy that was in my life, you know, just see if they could fit that father figure mold, and most of them weren't exactly that good. So I pretty much just went out of my way just to like seek approval in all the wrong places, and it really was stressful at the time.
So the anger that you had initially, do you still have much of that, or tell me a little bit about that?
It has gone down a little bit. It wasn't like where I was like 14 or 15, I was like really, really angry. I didn't want to see him. I didn't want anything to do with him, or I just wanted to...
Did you reach out at times to...
There was one time where I did reach out to him. It was actually his birthday. I just sent him a little Facebook message, so just, hey, happy birthday, whatever, all that stuff. And he actually came in contact, he actually called my mom, and she told me like, wow, you messaged me? I thought she didn't want anything to do with me. And, we did have one conversation on Skype, and that kind of went okay. And then after that, we just kind of stopped talking.
And has the anger been better since then, or no?
No, because I found out that my dad has somewhat been keeping secrets from me that he hasn't been telling me, but some of them are kind of like, you know, off the charts. Like, from what I've heard, he recently joined a cult, and he divorced my mom for a prostitute. So pretty much he's kind of been keeping that secret from me. He hasn't told me this, and I didn't even know until his sister told my mom, and she told me. So yeah, the anger has kind of just been just whatever. I don't care. It's whatever.
What do you do to manage the anger now?
Honestly, I just need some time to myself. Just either to look at TV or listen to music, or if it gets really kind of out of hand, I'll just step outside, just for a walk around the apartments. Maybe sit out on the patio just to myself and think, and it somewhat helps.
Got it. Okay. So did you feel like when you're going through this that you were all alone, and do you feel like you're the only one going through this?
Yes, there was a point where I felt like I was all alone, but I don't now, because I know that there's some people that have the same situation. But back then, yeah, I did feel like I was all alone, because I felt like I was the only one that was dealing with this. I felt like I had been wronged, and I didn't even know why I was being wronged. It was really, really hard, because it didn't make life any easier, because just seeing my friends and how their families were doing, and then going home to my mom, my grandmother, it was nice, but it didn't help. And the fact that Father's Day would sometimes roll around, it didn't make it any better. It would just add more and more pressure to me, to where I just didn't even bother celebrating the holiday. I was just like, okay then, have fun, do it, whatever. Crap, I forgot the other question.
Well, that was pretty much it, but how do you feel like you're doing now, today?
I feel like I'm doing a bit better. There is kind of like that mindset or that thought of what would happen if he was in my life, or would it have made it any better, or would it have not have been. I don't know if it would have been any better or not, because I don't have a rewind button. I can't go back 23 years to just say, hey, am I better or am I doing much worse than what I am now? I would say it was kind of a good thing, because if he wasn't there in my life, I wouldn't have done all the things I have in my life. I wouldn't have had accomplishments, just graduating high school, meeting friends, working here at VCDI, being on YouTube right now. Just right there, it's just a milestone in itself. Even having 2 half brothers is just a milestone. I'm trying to get a hold of them. I'm still trying to get a hold of my one brother who's 19 or 18. I don't know. I can't remember right now. Still trying to just get communication as well. So would I say my life is better than what it was from day one? Yes. Did I wish it would happen again? No. No one should have to go through that kind of stressful, emotional, heartbreaking thing in their lives. Whether they deserved it or not, no one should have gone through it.
So knowing that does happen on a daily basis, that there's other kids out there, young adults like yourself out there that have single parent households, what advice would you give them?
Honestly, I would just say seek guidance from people you can trust, like your friends, some counselors, teachers, all that stuff. Just people you see as influential, people you can trust, people that will stick with you. That's pretty much what I would say. Just have some right people in your life, just people that you can trust, people that will stick by your side, what I can tell. Don't see it as a setback, see it as a breakthrough, because you can go do things that people with both parents kind of can't do. You can step out and do things that will just build you up as a person, build you up as a character, and just make you grow as a person. So that's pretty much what I would say.
Got it. Well, thank you very much for talking with us today.
Thank you.